You got a raise. You are working more hours than ever. You are trying to be smart with your money. And yet at the end of every single month you feel like you are running in place, or worse, sliding backwards. You are not imagining it. And it is not your fault. Today we are going to talk about something 62% of employed Americans are dealing with right now, and give it the name it deserves. We are calling it the 10% ghost. Since 2020, wages have gone up. The number on your paycheck is genuinely larger than it was 5 years ago. On paper, that should mean you are better off. But here is the part that almost nobody talks about. When you adjust those wage gains for inflation, meaning you measure what your paycheck can actually buy rather than just the number on the stub, real wage growth since 2020 has been close to zero. The nominal wage went up. But prices went up by at least as much. Which means you are earning more dollars that by approximately the same amount, or in many categories significantly less, than they did in 2020. That gap between how much you are earning and how far that money actually goes is the 10% ghost. It is the invisible drain on your purchasing power that no pay stub shows you and no budget app flags automatically. And it is the real reason 62% of employed Americans say their income has not kept up with their household expenses. Here is why this feels so personal even though it is structural. The ghost does not show up as one big hit. It shows up everywhere, all at once, in amounts small enough to overlook individually but devastating when you add them together. Groceries. The average American family is paying significantly more for food than they were in 2020, with some staple categories up 25% or more. Same cart. Different price. Gas. The national average just hit $4.11 per gallon, up nearly 30% from a year ago. The commute did not get longer. The cost of it did. Housing. Whether you rent or own, the cost of keeping a roof over your head has climbed dramatically. Rental prices in most metro areas are substantially higher than pre-pandemic levels. Mortgage rates remain elevated. Insurance premiums have jumped double digits in many states. Online shopping. Even Amazon prices are quietly rising through seller surcharges baked invisibly into product prices. None of these feel like one big hit. They feel like a slow leak, a little more here, a little more there, until you look at your bank statement and wonder where it all went. That is the ghost. And it is very real. The most damaging response to the 10% ghost is the one most people have: they blame themselves. They decide they are bad with money. And wait for their finances to magically improve. But cutting a $7 latte does not fix a structural gap between wage growth and the cost of living. It just adds shame to a situation that was never primarily about willpower. The useful response is not self-blame. It is acknowledgement and action. Acknowledge that the environment is genuinely harder than it was 5 years ago, for almost everyone regardless of income level. Then focus your energy on the leaks you can actually control rather than internalizing a problem that is partly structural. You are not failing. You are dealing with a math problem. And math problems have solutions. Here's what you can do right now, today, that puts real money back in your hands this weekend. Open your bank app. Look at the last 30 days. Find 3 recurring charges you forgot about or no longer use. Cancel them today. That alone can recover $30 to $50 a month in money you were spending on autopilot. Then look at this weekend's planned spending. Identify one convenience purchase, a delivery fee, an impulse order, a coffee run, that you can skip today. Move that exact amount directly onto your highest interest credit card balance before you spend it on something else. $7 redirected from a treat to a credit card balance at 21% APR eliminates $1.47 in annual interest going forward. $20 redirected saves $4.20 a year. Small numbers that compound into real progress over the life of a debt. This does not solve the 10% ghost permanently, but it stops you from funding it with money you earned. And that is the starting point for every meaningful financial turnaround, not perfection, just intention. The most powerful thing you can do right now is build a budget that reflects what things actually cost in April 2026, not 2021 prices, not what you wish they were, but the real numbers today. Most people are operating on a budget mental model that is 2 to 3 years out of date. They are surprised every month by how fast the money goes because their internal sense of normal costs has not caught up with reality. Updating that mental model and building a budget around actual current prices is the single biggest leverage point available to most households right now. When your budget reflects reality, it stops feeling like a punishment and starts feeling like a plan. And a plan is what turns the 10% ghost from a haunting into a problem you are actively solving. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Individual results may vary. Please consult a financial professional for advice specific to your situation. The Finance Reset Toolkit is built specifically for this environment, a budget system designed around real 2026 costs, real income, and real goals. Debt payoff planner, savings goal tracker, and a complete budget framework that makes the 10% ghost visible so you can fight it directly. Link in the description. And subscribe for daily money moves that actually work. Subscribe now, new money tip every single day.